Easy for Mary Pierce, 6 games to love. A bagel against this young lady now. Question is whether Kournikova can get on the board. Tonight, midnight Eastern Time, ESPN2 live coverage. Enquist and Rosset, men's singles here. That's for a place in the semi-finals of the Australian Open for this year. Be there, please. We've had a lot of fun here these last few days.
Obviously, early in the second set is key for Anna Kournikova. She's proven that she's a tough fighter. I don't expect Kournikova just to roll over and go away. I think she'll play better in this second set. She certainly can't play a whole lot worse.
After Todd Martin won the first set in a tiebreak, they're taking on Wayne Black of Zimbabwe on court number 1. He leads 4-3 with a break in the second. Martin looking for a place in the quarterfinals.
Pierce's first double fault, 3 for Kournikova.
Little change of tactics there with the slice from Kournikova, and it was a tough one. It stayed low, and that caused Pierce to miscue on her backhand.
Love 30 now. Kournikova with a chance, needs this break. Obviously, the only reason she's through to this 4th round is because she has broken serve so many times.
15-30.
168 Ks, that's 101 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's just good stuff. Am I seeing things here, or is Mary Pierce looking very solid, very focused, hitting the ball very cleanly?
Well, no one's gotten past 6-2 in any set getting through to this 4th round. Pierce has had the exact opposite route to this match. I think the Werewolves are out tonight on center court. But she has had no problems in any of her sets.
30-all.
Psychologically, this match, certainly a pretty tough one. They've never played one another.
Oh, no, going for the drop shot. It wasn't a bad idea, but it wasn't. And Mary Pierce looking at that baseline. That ball, Fred, looked to me to be clearly. And by the way, was that you, that werewolf call, Fred?
No, I can't quite get that. My vocal cords are not quite that good, Cliff. But no, this has been a thrashing so far. I just still feel that Kournikova is still trying to out-hit Mary Pierce, and that's just not going to happen. I think Mary Pierce is really performing well. Has done throughout the championship, as Pam said. Nobody's got past 2 games yet.
Game point Pierce.
2-1 her first round and second round, and 2-2 in the 3rd round.
I don't know. You can hit the ball a lot better than that. Watch out, Martina Hingis. She's waiting for the winner here. She's watching. I wonder what she's thinking. 15. And now 15-all. By the way, you sort of glossed over. You didn't gloss over, but you say 4-all in the 3rd set. It was a close match last year here.
Unbelievable match. And actually, where things really turned, I think, was at Wimbledon when she couldn't play because Kournikova, in beating Graf in the week before Wimbledon, fell on the court, hurt her thumb, couldn't play Wimbledon, defend all the semifinal points, and I don't think she's been the same since that injury and since that time off last summer. You see there, she got to the 1 final. That was Lipton. 3 semifinals. She very seldom loses to players, Cliff, outside the world's top 15. It's been a couple of years of very consistent performance with that.
Very nice. Let me just emphasize that the year before that, as you already suggested, she got to the semifinals of Wimbledon. Wasn't that her first effort there as well?
Yes, it was in the seniors, and she had a couple of good wins there. Also a decent draw, and then Hingis put her out in straight sets, 3-2. good get from Mary Pierce, but Kournikova 30 all, looking to hold serve for the first time and win a game.
She's won 5 of 20 points in her first 4 service games.
3 of those 20 have been double faults, and that's actually a pretty good percentage for Kournikova in this tournament.
But I think your prediction came true. I think she's taken so much off the serve that Mary Pierce is just eating it for lunch.
Well, and Kournikova had really a terrific draw here. She played a qualifier, Jill Kraves from Rhode Island in the United States. Then she played Miho Saike, you know, not one of the top Japanese players, but a solid player. And then Andrea Glass, again, not a great player. So if Kournikova didn't have such a great draw, there is no way she'd be playing this match tonight. Totally different class of opponent now, somebody who puts pressure on her both from her standpoint when she serves, and Pierce has the best serve that Kournikova's seen so far in the tournament. 15.
Very timely statement, Pam. I would like to know down here, I'm sure the viewers, how many unforced errors as opposed to winners has Mary Pierce hit so far tonight?
Pierce has got 7 forehand winners, 3 backhand winners. That's 10 in all. 5 unforced errors, Fred. It's a good number. Total winners of 11 actually now.
Over twice as many winners to losers.
Yeah, and that's when you know you're playing well.
15. There's an unforced error, but Mary Pierce also, I noticed her coughing a fair bit, and quite a few of the players have had a little bit of a bug down here, and she's not being made to work too hard tonight.
15 all.
You see all the errors from Kournikova, 15.
15.
Again, if you're playing against somebody who is, somebody who is not at 100%, not physically she's fine, but with the yips, sometimes you know that you're supposed to win the match. It puts a little extra pressure on you, and I was expecting a little of that from Pierce. You haven't seen any of it. She has just taken the bull by the horns, and she is raging.
Also, Mary Pierce, and Fred, maybe you can see that from courtside, her second serve really hops up high, much higher than most of the women players.
Yeah, and really, tonight she served a little bit better. She hasn't had to use that a great deal of the time, but still 2 unforced errors from Kournikova on relatively easy second serves here.
Lost that point. Pierce is sort of hanging right around the baseline, and Kournikova, who tends to like to hang around the baseline, I think her whole service yips and everything is affecting her because she is playing further back than she normally does. She's much more defensive.
Game point Pierce. Boy, she really whacked that first serve. 3 games to love and 6 games to love in the first set. It has been all Mary Pierce. We're going to take a break. When we come back, let's check in on court 1. That match to be played later tonight. This is Kathy Morton, trainer for the WTA fan.
Yeah, and Kournikova, as you can imagine, there is a lot of stress on her shoulder this week. And when you serve this poorly and you're this tense, it is such a wear and tear. As we said, you know, in the Open, this is her court. This is where she has the best memories. This is her Grand Slam title court, beating Sanchez Vicario, losing 5 games in the final in '95. She loves it here. Got through to the finals 2 years ago, lost to Hingis pretty comfortably in the final, but Mary Pierce is at home right here, just like Monica Seles.
15.
Quarterfinalist last year, finalist 97, and as we mentioned, as you just mentioned, 95, she was the champ.
Last year she lost to Hingis as well. It was a rematch of the '97 final. It was much anticipated, and Pierce was so smooth getting through to Hingis last year, and then Hingis just crushed her.
first serve.
This is where you take a deep breath.
That one sails wide. It's 30-15. Quick update from court 1. Wayne Black, 1 game to love in the third. Martin serving 30-15. In the second game, he is down. Wayne Black is 2 sets to none.
Net first serve.
Good cross-court backhand brings up 2 game points, and I guarantee you there will just be an eruption if and when Kournikova wins a game. Boom. That's always one of her best shots, and I just think it's been inhibited because of all the stuff that's going on in her head about her serve. Now, ordinarily, Kournikova would be tempted to really go for the first serve because when she serves well, she gets a lot of free points with her serve, but she doesn't really have that option now.
Now, the deuce, Pam, I think actually she's handled it quite well, but I want to know from you, I mean, if you end up playing 4 or 5 months with, you're averaging 13 double faults a game, you could just say, listen, I'm taking time off, I'm going home, but she's stuck with it at least.
But you're exactly right. She's not just stuck with it. She's playing a lot of tournament tennis. The other day, the day before this tournament starts, it's a charity day. She wanted to play a set out on the center court there. She served 18 double faults in a charity exhibition set. She's playing with the #1 player in the world in doubles. The other day, she didn't hold serve, I think, but once in the match.
Break point. So bottom line, she is a fighter, like that commercial says.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I keep referring back to that second round match where she was up 5-love in the third over Saike. Ended up serving for it 7 times. Most people would have broken down, started crying, just left the court almost. But she hung in there.
Advantage Kournikova.
Third chance in this game to get on the scoreboard. Pierce is always stretching on the court. You see her there. She's doing a little quad stretch. Very fidgety.
Game Kournikova.
Listen to this. Not exactly pandemonium, but they're happy to see Kournikova on the board at least, having won her serve.
Yeah, I think if it was a couple hours later into the night, it may have been more of an eruption. I'm kind of surprised. It was fairly tame for the Australian crowd. We've had some unbelievable scenes here during change of ends, trumpets playing.
The Australians have nicknamed Kournikova Goanna. And it's a nickname that she doesn't quite like, but they figure that, you know, that's an animal down here, that it's a lizard sort of thing, but they feel down here that they hear this Goanna so many times when we're here at the Australian Open or when she's playing, it's Goanna. So they've nicknamed her Goanna. Nicknames being a big thing down under.
Yes, fiery one.
Todd Martin and Wayne Black, 1 game all, 2 sets to none. Todd Martin leads. This is a round of 16 match playing for a place in the last 8 to take on the winner of Kournikova and Pavel.
See, that's the benefit of the big serve, the big first serve, well placed. You get some free points, something that Anna Kournikova right now is without.
First serve.
Mary Pierce has really been winning points from all part of the court as we look at Roberto Alomar. She's got 8 forehand winners, half as many backhand winners, and the points at the net, that's again where Pierce has really changed from 2, 3, 4 years ago. Little different service stance here. She's sort of halfway between the tee and the doubles alley. It's not a bad idea to sort of change that position. Makes you think maybe server's gonna go out wide.
She plays this kind of tennis. She's going to give Martina Hingis a pretty good match, isn't she?
Well, you'd think so, but having seen Pierce play Hingis down here the last couple of years, Hingis can run down a lot of this stuff, and she can play high loopy ones, and then she can vary the game more than anybody, and Pierce hasn't looked comfortable against Hingis down in Australia.
Game point, Pierce. Anna Kournikova so far only able to salvage one game, and even in that one she was down a break point. This is deuce at 3-1, Pierce.
And a pretty easy forehand volley, and we're going to see whether or not that's a sign that Mary Pierce is getting a little tense. A forehand volley oftentimes is a barometer for somebody's tenseness. That's a lot of times the shot that can go. Speaking from experience.
Game, a better point there from Kournikova. She was a little more patient, kept the ball in play, moved well, and is waiting for Pierce to make a couple of errors.
Which she has done in this game. And I really think that all the points that Kournikova's won in this game have been on unforced errors from Pierce. You see break points. This is the first one that Kournikova's managed.
Well, will this change the complexion of this match? Anna Kournikova is not only on the board, but we are now on serve in the second set. First set, 6 games to serve in the second.
And remember what happened at 6-love, 3-love.